This little blouse is one of my statement pieces. It's been with me for I don't know how long, more than 8 years I think. It's been since my mom got it for me and I love it. It's from Massimo Dutti and it's very me. It has a peplum cut, the 3/4 sleeves, and I love the guipure detail. It's perfectly done on the inside as well, but all these years has been a bit too much for it, I think, and of course it's also, it has a rip on the armhole. In my opinion, this blouse is a dream. It's perfectly sewn and it's really beautiful. Some people don't like mending stuff because they find it boring or tedious, or maybe you don't even know how to face it, but I think it's essential, and if you have a sewing machine, it's a way of revamp your wardrobe and make use of all these beautiful things we've got. It's perfectly sewn, the guipure is center, and of course on the sleeves as well, and on the back, because it has a zip, it's also center as well, and it matches, which is beautiful. And all the hemming is done with some tulle, which I think is adorable, and the inside is as beautiful as the outside. Have a look. It's so lovely, it's so perfectly sewn that if you left the house with your blouse inside out somehow, it wouldn't matter because it's amazingly done. It's perfectly hemmed, the neckline, the armholes, you don't see any guipure around, and of course the seams, all the side seams, the shoulder seam and the side seam have all the edges covered with the lining, so it's just amazing. And the back, look at this back, it not only has a flap on the outside but another one on the inside with the lining, so the zip doesn't bother you on your back. It's just to die for. I realized this was broken like 2 months ago, and of course I've been discussing with myself how to mend it, and I still have doubts. My first option was to try to get some tulle in the same color as this. It's like a taupe, like a beige, but with a grayish undertone instead of a yellow one. But of course I haven't had that such luck, because I thought it would look nice with the same sort of length, but in the tulle I thought it was a good idea, but I haven't got it. So the second one is just to cut just above the broken bit, the rib bit, so I can just make like a sort of Japanese cap sleeve. And the third one is to just cut all the sleeve off, making sure not to undo the seam because it's perfectly done. So I will cut just really right there on the edge, which is quite risky, and then open the sleeve, making sure I open it, taking the most of this seam, so this could be the hem, and instead of the seam, instead of the guipure going down like this, it will go horizontally. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this or if it will be a messy project with all the guipure hanging around. So I'm going with option 2, just cutting above the rib and making a little cap sleeve. So I'm going to start cutting, I don't know which scissors to use, the underarm area, because it's still attached, and of course it has the side seam there, and then I will cut the top. I'm quite nervous about it. It's a really lovely blouse, and I've worn it so many times on a daily basis, on any special occasions, and it's always nice because it's quite dressy but informal, so it's really nice. So the other one is such a pity because it's still nice, it's not broken. Let's be really careful. Another problem is the hemming. How do we hem all of this mess? Because if not, it will keep on ripping. So my first idea was the tool, but I haven't got the tool because I couldn't get it. So the other thing, the other option for me is a piece of ribbon. I did this with another guipure dress of my mother-in-law's friends, and it looked really nice. It turned out great. I leave you a link to all the mending stuff I've done in the description down below, like this dress I'm wearing as well. So I went ahead, and even though I have loads of little ribbons, they are quite bright. Some are very white, some are very brown or yellowish. So the only undertone I could get similar to this, it's like a pinkish sort of color. So this one looks nice, but it's quite pink next to the fabric. The other option I have, it's a gray one, which looks better in my opinion, but is very shiny because it's these ribbons are satin. And then I found this one. I have no idea what sort of ribbon it is, but I think it looks better. And even though it has the pinkish undertone, the same to the other one, this one is not as shiny, and it's even a bit see-through. So I think it looks much better because it's much more discreet. So I'm going ahead with this one. I'm going to sew it with a zigzag stitch so it stays in place, and then fold it inwards and hem it with a straight stitch. And I have my machine already threaded with a beige, same sort of as the blouse. So this is the result. This has been my mending for the day and I'm really pleased with it. It's true that the sleeve that was broken, the guipure was a bit more damaged, so it's a bit wavy, as you can see. But in the end I can still wear it, it's not as noticeable and I'm quite pleased. And the good thing is that all this armhole area, it's perfectly hemmed, so I didn't have to do anything with it, even though I just cut around it, so it's amazing. And of course it's a perfect way to give something you love a second life, or even a third. So if you like this kind of content and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and that way you don't miss anything, because I upload twice a week. And I leave you here a link to other mending videos, a dress with a princess seam, a shirt I took the sleeves off, and other dresses from the beginning of the channel, as well as other mending for other loving persons in my life. And I'll see you around. Bye!